Level 1. The first humans. You open your eyes. The first thing you feel is the cold morning air. There is no sound of traffic, no voices from neighbors, no artificial lights, only the wind moving across the ancient landscape. You are living millions of years ago, a world that looks beautiful, but is extremely dangerous. Your home is not a building, it is a temporary shelter, a collection of branches, leaves, and animal skins placed together to protect you from the weather. You cannot lock your door, because you do not have one. The wilderness surrounds you. Your entire day revolves around survival, finding food, finding water, avoiding danger. You wake up when the sun rises, not because of an alarm, but because darkness is dangerous. The night belongs to predators, animals that can see better, run faster, and attack stronger. Your body is your most important tool. Your hands, your legs, your ability to think. You begin searching for food with your group. A single human alone is weak. You cannot compete with large predators. You cannot overpower stronger animals. But humans have one advantage: cooperation. You communicate through simple sounds and gestures. You point toward danger. You warn others. You work together. Slowly, humans discover something powerful. A group of intelligent individuals can defeat creatures much stronger than themselves. Your tools are simple: a sharp stone, a wooden stick, a piece of bone. But these tools represent something extraordinary. You are no longer accepting nature as it is. You are changing it. A lion has claws. A wolf has teeth. A bird has wings. But humans have imagination. You can look at a stone and imagine it becoming a weapon. You can look at a tree branch and imagine it becoming a tool. You can imagine a future that does not exist yet. At night, your group gathers around fire. The flames create a small circle of safety in a huge world of darkness. You watch the fire. You hear the voices around you. And something begins to happen. Humans begin sharing memories. They begin telling stories. A successful hunt from yesterday becomes a lesson for tomorrow. A dangerous place becomes a warning for future generations. Knowledge is no longer lost when someone dies. It can be passed on. This is one of the first steps towards civilization. Not cities, not technology, not governments, but the ability to share knowledge. Because humanity's greatest weapon was never strength, it was learning. Level 2. Hunter-gatherer human. Thousands of generations pass. Human beings have changed. You are now living during the age of hunter-gatherers. You are still surrounded by nature, but you understand it better. Your world is enormous. There are no borders, no countries, no cities. The landscape is your home. You travel with your tribe. You follow animals. You follow seasons. You follow the movement of nature. Your tribe may travel hundreds of miles every year, not because you are lost, but because movement keeps you alive. Your knowledge of the environment is incredible. You know which plants can heal injuries. You know which animals are dangerous. You know where water can be found during dry seasons. Modern humans sometimes imagine ancient people as primitive, but that is not completely true. A hunter-gatherer understands the natural world in ways many modern humans have forgotten. Your education begins from childhood. There are no classrooms, no textbooks. Your teachers are your parents and elders. A child learns by watching how to track animals, how to make tools, how to survive. Every skill has a purpose. A mistake is not just a mistake. A mistake can be deadly. When you become older, you participate in hunting. The hunt requires patience, silence, teamwork. You are not fighting animals alone. You are using intelligence. Your group creates strategies. You predict movement. You understand behavior. But life is not only about survival. Humans are becoming more creative. You paint on cave walls. You create jewelry. You decorate your bodies. You create music. Why? Because humans are beginning to ask deeper questions. Not only, how do we survive? But, why are we here? This is the moment humanity begins creating culture. And culture will eventually become one of the most powerful forces on Earth. Level 3. The first farmers. One decision changes everything. Humans stop following nature. They begin controlling it. You are born into one of the first farming communities. For the first time in human history, you have a permanent home. Your house does not move. Your village grows. Your neighbors become familiar. Your community becomes larger. You plant seeds. You raise animals. You store food. At first, farming seems like the greatest invention humans have ever created. And in many ways, it is. Because farming creates something humanity never had before: a future. Before farming, people depended on today's resources. After farming, people can prepare for tomorrow. A good harvest means survival. Extra food means growth. More food means more people. More people mean bigger communities. But farming also creates new challenges. Your life becomes more predictable, but harder. You wake up every day knowing exactly what must be done. Planting, harvesting, repairing tools, protecting crops. You are connected to the land, but you are also trapped by it. A hunter can move when resources disappear. A farmer cannot easily leave. Your home is connected to your fields. Your survival depends on one location. And then comes another revolutionary change. Because some people produce more food than they need. Not everyone has to farm. Some people become builders. Some become soldiers. Some become craftsmen. Some become leaders. For the first time, human society becomes divided into different roles. Villages become towns. Towns become cities. And cities become civilizations. Level 4. Citizen of an ancient civilization. Thousands of years pass. The small farming villages have transformed. Now you wake up in a completely different world. A world of massive cities, stone roads, huge temples, powerful armies. You are no longer living in a small community. You are living inside one of the first great civilizations of human history. The first thing you notice is the noise. The ancient city is alive. Merchants shout in crowded markets. Workers carry stone and wood. Animals pull heavy carts through narrow streets. Soldiers march through the city gates. For the first time, millions of humans are connected through organized societies. Humanity has created something larger than any individual, a civilization. But your life depends heavily on one thing: where you are born. If you are born as a farmer, your world is the land outside the city. You wake up before sunrise. You work under the heat of the sun. You grow crops that feed thousands of people. Your work is exhausting, but it is essential. Without farmers, there are no cities, no armies, no kings, no civilizations. If you are born as a craftsman, your life is different. You spend your days creating things: weapons, tools, jewelry, clothing. Your skills can make you valuable. A talented craftsman may gain respect and wealth. But if you are born into the upper class, your entire reality changes. You live inside large homes. You receive education. You learn history, mathematics, politics, and philosophy. You do not spend your life worrying about finding food. Instead, you worry about influence, power, status. Because civilization creates a new type of competition. Not just survival against nature, but competition between humans. Kings want more territory. Empires want more resources. Armies march across continents. This is the age when humans discover both their greatest achievements and their greatest conflicts. Ancient civilizations create incredible inventions. Writing systems preserve knowledge. Mathematics helps build cities. Astronomy helps humans understand the universe. Engineering allows people to construct monuments that survive thousands of years. Imagine standing in front of the pyramids, the Great Wall, the temples of ancient Greece, the roads of Rome. You realize something: humans are no longer just surviving on Earth. They are leaving their mark on it. But civilization also creates inequality. Some people live in luxury. Others struggle. Some command armies. Others obey orders. The world becomes more advanced, but also more complicated. Humanity has gained power. Now it must learn how to control that. Level 5. Medieval human. Now the world changes again. You are born into the medieval era, a time of castles, kingdoms, knights, and endless struggles for power. Your life begins in a small village. The castle on the hill belongs to someone else. The land around you belongs to a lord. And your survival depends on working that land. If you are a farmer, your days are controlled by the seasons: planting, growing, harvesting, preparing for winter. There is no electricity, no modern medicine, no supermarkets. A single bad year can bring disaster. The world is smaller than today. Most people never travel far from where they were born. A person may spend their entire life within a few miles of their village. But medieval life is not only darkness. Human creativity continues. Cities begin growing again. Universities appear. Trade expands. Artists create incredible works. Builders construct enormous cathedrals that seem impossible. If you are lucky enough to be born into nobility, your life is completely different. You live inside a castle. You have servants. You learn combat. You study politics. Your purpose is not simply survival. Your purpose is power. A knight spends years training, learning how to fight, learning loyalty, learning discipline. But even knights face uncertainty. A battle can change everything. A kingdom can rise or fall overnight. The medieval world is built on relationships. Who you know matters. Who protects you matters. Who controls land matters. Unlike the modern world, your identity is mostly decided at birth. A farmer's child usually becomes a farmer. A noble's child usually becomes a noble. Social movement is extremely limited. But slowly, a new force begins changing the world. Knowledge. Books become more available. Trade connects distant places. Ideas begin spreading faster. Humanity is preparing for another transformation. Level 6. Industrial human. The world begins to accelerate. For thousands of years, human life changes slowly. Then suddenly, everything changes. Machines arrive. Factories rise. Cities expand. Humanity enters the industrial age. You are born in a world unlike any before. Your ancestors followed nature. You follow machines. Your day begins with a clock. Not the sunrise, not the seasons, a clock. You work in a factory. Around you, enormous machines move constantly, metal parts, steam engines, production lines. The factory transforms human society. For the first time, people can create products at a massive scale. Clothes, tools, vehicles, machines, everything becomes faster and cheaper. Cities grow rapidly. Millions of people leave farms and move into urban areas. Your life becomes more connected. A message that once took months can now travel in minutes. A journey that once took weeks can now take days. But industrial progress has a darker side. Factories are dangerous. Working hours are long. Many workers live in crowded neighborhoods. The air becomes polluted. Humanity gains incredible power. But it discovers a new problem. How do we use technology without destroying ourselves? This question will define the next stages of human evolution. Level 7. Modern human. Now you enter the world you recognize. A world your ancestors would consider magical. You wake up inside a comfortable home. With a small device in your hand, you can communicate with billions of people. You have access to more information than ancient kings could ever imagine. A library containing millions of books exists inside your pocket. You can travel across the planet in hours. You can talk with someone on another continent instantly. You can see images from outer space. Compared to every previous generation, you have incredible freedom. But modern life creates new challenges. Your ancestors worried about predators. You worry about deadlines. Your ancestors searched for food. You search for purpose. The human brain evolved in a world of small tribes. But now it must handle a planet filled with billions of people and endless information. Technology solves old problems, but creates new ones. Artificial intelligence, automation, climate change, social isolation. The next stage of human evolution may not be about surviving nature. It may be about adapting to a world created by ourselves. Level 8. Future human. Now imagine opening your eyes. 1,000 years in the future, the Earth you know may no longer exist in the same way. Human civilization may have expanded beyond one planet. You might wake up on Mars, inside a city protected by giant glass domes. Outside the window, a completely different world. Or perhaps humanity has changed physically. Technology may allow humans to improve their bodies. Stronger bones, longer lifespans, enhanced intelligence. Maybe humans will merge with artificial intelligence. The difference between human and machine may become difficult to define. A future human may not ask, "How do we survive?" Because survival may no longer be the biggest challenge. Instead, future humans may ask, "What do we want to become?" They may explore distant planets, discover new forms of life, build civilizations across the solar system. But no matter how advanced humanity becomes, one thing may never change: the need to understand, to explore, to create, to imagine. Because that is what has always separated humans from everything else.